Hey, it's Mark with another Super Bowler Smash attack video, and today is a Center Town Hall Ring Base, and this is usually a pretty good style of base for a Super Bowler attack. Usually the ring bases, the kind of the strength of them is to get the troops to kind of path around the core and not really go in and get to the town hall. But with the Super Bowler attack, with a Flinger on one side and the Grand Warden walk on the other side, usually the funneling is quite good. And so here, first of all, we're going to look for where we're going to put the Flame Flinger and the Warden. And that usually will kind of depend on the expos. I typically look at expos first of all. And, I do remember when I did attack this base that for whatever reason right away I noticed that both of the air sweepers are pointing to the upper left or to the upper right. They're both pointing in that same direction, and so right away that has me thinking about. It has me thinking that I'd rather not attack from the upper right side because those air sweepers can push the healers off of the troops and cause the troops to die off because they're not getting healed up. And they're both pointing in that same direction, so that could be problematic. I'd rather not have to go against that. So I guess, three sides of the base are probably just fine to go after. And with the clan castle, I normally do like to try not to go into that right away. I kind of like that to be later in the attack. It's just to make the entry is the most important part of this attack, and if you can get a good entry, and then the smash is likely to be pretty successful, and then it's usually not that problem to handle the clan castle troops later. But if the clan castle is on the front end, and that interrupts the funneling, the Warden walk or the Flame Flinger at all, then it just creates problems. So, so because of that, I'm right away kind of thinking to come in from the bottom left, sort of a 8:30 entry. And one of the reasons was just because of those air sweepers. So I know I'm not going to have to deal with air sweepers whatsoever if I come from the bottom left. The expos are, this base has a mixture. So two of the expos are air, kind of these two, and then two are ground. Yeah, on these sides. So I will like when that's the case and I have a choice, I'll be looking to use the Flame Flinger on the side with the air expo because it'll give the Flame Flinger more time to operate. There is this multi-mortar over on this side though, and that can really end the life of a Flame Flinger pretty quickly with all of those shots. And so I have to make sure that I'm kind of watching out for that so it doesn't take the Flame Flinger out too soon. And then the Grand Warden will be at 6 o'clock. And the Grand Warden will most likely take on fire from the ground expo, but as long as there's not other point defenses on him as well, targeting the Grand Warden, then it's usually okay. yeah, so the alternate, I was just trying to think if, so would there be a, a better entry? Um, so we could do the Flame Flinger at 3 o'clock and the Warden at 6. And, that's a possibility too. That would work. And there is just the single mortar over there. But one more thing that kind of attracted me to attacking from the bottom left is the heroes over here. So there's the king and there's the Grand Warden, and so it's one another good thing that's for the Flame Flinger to be at 9 o'clock is the Grand Warden. I like to be able to take it down with the Flame Flinger if I can. I don't know that the Flame Flinger is really going to get over there, but I will kind of put the Flame Flinger on the Warden's side just because that works out well. But I like the idea of smashing through both of those heroes and the eagle and the expos and the Inferno towers, and then there'll be the town hall and this whole center compartment has got all the main defenses, right? So but yeah, that right away has me thinking I want to come in from the lower left, the heroes and the eagle. So, and a couple expos. Yeah, it's just looking like a good way. And so let's get the replay rolling. There comes the Yeti in front of the Flinger. And, sometimes on these types of ring bases, and the Warden, of course, at 6, followed by the healers. And then, but one thing I'll do on this is, that Yeti is going to take the Yeti's not going to even get through that wall. He'll be there all day, but he's just going to go down. Sometimes what I will do, if I don't think that the residual damage from the Flame Flinger on a defense next to the wall will open up the wall, is I'll use a Super Wallbreaker to let a Yeti inside. It kind of depends. It depends on if I think I can get some more value from the Yeti. Now I'm just using one Yeti to tank, and there goes down the multi. So that worked out well. And the Warden down below took out that storage. So now here comes the troops, less than 1.5 minutes. Here comes the king down, the queen, and let me pause it right here. And so all the main troops are coming in, and I put down the headhunter to handle the king, but the Warden, you can see the Warden is being targeted by that ground expo, and I don't like that happening. I'm probably going to, if I can't get the smash to sort of take out that ground expo early, I'll want to freeze that ground expo so that the Warden isn't being targeted, because right now with the Warden taking damage, the healers are just going to stay on the Warden, and I want to get those healers to transfer over to the Super Bowlers so that they'll stay alive through the smash part of this attack. So and the Flame Flinger is making some good progress. That the queen is likely gonna end the Flame Flinger's life if the smash attack doesn't occupy the queen. So let's get it rolling here again. And yeah, there I go. I freeze that ground expo. The invisibility spell, that can really cause some havoc, but it goes away. There's other buildings that the Super Bowlers are going after anyhow. And the ice golems, it's kind of the worst CC troops to handle. More rage to help those Super Bowlers out. The CC troops and the Yetis took out the defensive queen, so that was good. Meanwhile, the Royal Champion opposite side from the Flame Flinger is getting value. The core is down. I put the jump down to give an exit out of the core. And now, I mean, with the Royal Champion still up, the Queen has got her ability. Once you get through the core, there's even bowlers still alive, which is unusual. Yeah, this base has got no chance. It's just crushed. And there's another example of a 3-star using the Super Bowler smash attack on a ring base.